Novel Cars is the most busted character in all of JoJo, even surpassing Heaven Ascension Dio, who could warp reality on a multiversal scale. His most valuable asset is his power to understand, copy, and improve upon an ability, not to mention the stance he has on him, made in Heaven Ultimate Requiem, D4C Ultimate, the World Ultimate, and so on. Novel Cars is actually extremely overpowered. He has the most stands in the franchise, wielding amped versions of some of the strongest stands out there, the World, Made in Heaven, D4C, Killer Queen, and more. And among them, there's Whitesnake Ultimate. Akin to its base form, Whitesnake Ultimate now dons 3 heads with 3 different faces. Its prime ability is creating discs, one disc being composed of memories, while the other is composed of the stand. Cars is capable of inserting himself with various discs or memories without penalty. Cars is also capable of creating more than likely an infinite amount of blank discs that when shoved into someone will attempt to register it as a stand, thus causing their body to break down and be destroyed. This was demonstrated on Dio when he was completely immortal and was killed by this ability. Das Boot Ultimate, a stand that originally belonged to an Arantia that Cars stole. Its powers are size reduction and increasing its size. It also possesses intangibility similar to that of Diver Down, in which the submarines can shrink down to very small sizes, and even can dive through small particles of blood. Cars also has used this ability to fight Dio, making submarines that were almost as big as skyscrapers, with the damage to back them up, and there is great power behind the missiles it fires. Dune Ultimate. The stand that belonged to Sandman is capable of turning 98% of Cars' body into sand, thus rendering him nigh impervious to damage, and also is capable of creating pillars, which can trap people in, and it uses sand from the environment to attack others also. The World Ultimate is capable of stopping time for at least 1 hour, but in Cars' possession it may be infinite. According to George, Dio was a time-traveling vampire. With that, it is more than likely that the World Ultimate is capable of time travel. Simon Ultimate hasn't changed much ability-wise, except it is now able to focus gravity on a singular area, thus how it brought Dio and Pucci outside the walls of Great Britain. It should be noted that it can still affect a large radius, just like its base counterpart. Killer Queen Ultimate. While not getting called Ultimate Killer Queen is much different, Cars can now activate Bites the Dust whenever he pleases. When asked by George how he'd get back to 37 universes ago, and noting that Killer Queen can only go back 1 hour, Cars said time was not a problem for him and proceeded to grab Kira and reverse time to the base universe. After being blown up once, the target will continue to explode, but the time will not rewind and only will start if someone else activates Bites the Dust. It had its other abilities such as bomb transmutation. Cars also persuaded Killer Queen to leave Kira, but not before ripping Killer Queen right out of him. D4C retains its abilities of dimensional travel, but when D4C Ultimate Requiem travels, it is actually creating other universes. These universes are fake and have no real effect on the base universe. Cars is also resistant to the Manger Sponge effect, meaning he cannot be paradoxed, being able to bring other versions of himself from different universes, unlike Funny Valentine, who could simply bring copies who did not have stands. Cars is able to bring infinite copies of himself, and they all retain their stands, just like him. Made in Heaven Ultimate speeds up time to infinity and creates a brand new universe, and the changes are rather drastic, such as all of the continents forming together to form one whole continent. Another one of its abilities is the conceptual understanding. In basic terms, if Cars finds himself facing a concept or ability he doesn't understand, the smallest exposure or even explaining of the ability will cause him to understand it without fail, and even allows him to take said ability or concept and use it far beyond the capabilities of the source or concept. ultimate life form. Upon using the stone mask, Cars changes drastically in a sense that it becomes an absolutely powerful entity capable of storing the DNA of every single living creature known to man, and also able to grow wings and fly and various other things. Cars is able to heal others no matter how bad the damage is. He healed George after he exploded into pieces, saying that as long as the soul was still intact, he could heal him. Note, he did this instantly. If one tried to take his stand away from Cars and tries to use it as their own, they will be destroyed, as Cars is the only one who may use the stance he created. Despite Dio having the passion, Cars is a good guy and sees the worth in humanity. It should be noted that Dio killed Giordano while Good Experience Requiem was active, and Cars was able to kill Dio, so it is possible that Cars is a casual in nature. Cars states that if he were to be erased from existence, he'd simply find his way back. He stated that strands of hair being sent through to several other dimensions via Funny Valentine, he was able to react to and attack even in stop time. He made several human heads appear from an untraceable drop of blood on Kira's chin. These heads can be interpreted as souls, and such. Cars is able to create and take souls even without the use of Whitesnake, and beyond killing the ultimate creature immortal Dio. He can also use the light mode to create explosions. Despite having just learned about stands, Cars tells George that Made in Heaven was always his stand, despite seeing the stand right then and there. When Cars takes an ability, he simply says, "I understand your ability now." The Pillar Man was able to turn the moon itself into a living creature, and also held a third moon like a balloon, and ran around the original moon for 10 quadrillion years, and the tendrils on the moon extended to 100 kilometers. Another one of his feats is that he hit Morio so hard that he flipped it, and Great Britain as well. In one of his exploits, he takes over Killer Queen, which can time travel now, way beyond an hour into the past. He causes explosions to run time backwards, until it's back to only one time the universe has repeated, which is the Steel Ball Run world. That's how George and Jonathan end up in the Steel Ball Run universe. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel for more content like this. That being said, thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one.